All new today.
My daughters have to put on their big girl panties. Just grow up.
Did you say you wish they would drop dead?
Yes, but they want to kill me.
You say she's a sex addict.
She likes married men. She told me.
She ran around with a knife trying to hurt herself.
No, I think it's you.
My God, you're like a ride at Disney World.
You're only hearing one side.
No, I'm hearing your side. It just changes every sentence.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Not a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
I try to be an emotional compass and point you in the right direction.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. You've all heard of a midlife crisis. Well, today we're talking about a mom life crisis. Brittany and Caitlin say their mother, Cheryl, is always MIA and they are PO'd. They say she is a lying, neglectful cheater who would rather party all night with different men than be a mom. They say growing up, they just had no guidance. They had no food. They had no money. They blame her absence for their teen troubles. But Cheryl says, look, I was a good mom and her girls are just ungrateful.
My mother is a greedy, self-centered, pathological liar.
My mom is completely selfish. When my mom would go grocery shopping, she would buy food and keep it in her car. She would hide it in her room. She would say that she bought it for her, not for us.
Me and my sister wouldn't have clothes while my mom's prancing around with her brand new sweater or necklace.
I had no mom to guide me. My mom knew when I was 15 that I was dating a 21-year-old guy.
My mother was never around to enforce rules.
She would find any excuse not to be home, even though we lived with her boyfriend of 13 years, who was like a stepdad.
I knew my mom was sleeping around with other men because I found pictures and text messages, naked body parts of these men and naked pictures of her as well.
I would read things about her planning to meet multiple men.
My mom even took me to meet one of the guys that she was sleeping with. And then this guy started texting me, trying to have some kind of relationship with me.
I've confronted my mom about cheating. She grabbed a knife and started running around the house saying that she hoped all of her kids would die.
Now my mom chooses to live with her new boyfriend instead of her children, which is typical.
They don't have room for me and my sister.
I don't know anything about the guy that she's with right now. All I know is my mom doesn't want to be with us and she'd rather be with him.
Okay, now I want everybody here in the audience today and everybody at home, ask yourself this. Who defined what your family's situation is? Was it you? Was it your parents? What role did you play in it? Cheryl says her daughters have no room to judge, and she is tired of their vicious verbal attacks. Listen to her point of view.
Caitlin and Brittany are spoiled bitches, and they physically make me sick. Now that I don't want to put up with all the drama anymore, they're mad, lashing out, and verbally abusing me. I sacrificed my life for my kids. It's never enough for them. They always had food on the table, clothes on their back, a roof over their head, and it just seems to be all about them. I was a good mom because I provided for them, but I couldn't be there all the time because I had to work 7 days a week. The girls did whatever they wanted. They shoplifted, hung out with boys, drank, smoked pot, drugs, got involved with the wrong people. Caitlin was even involved with a bank robber. He would come to the house and once every week would go rob a bank. My daughter Brittany partied a lot. Her friends would bring alcohol and drugs over. She also got pregnant at 15 years old. My daughters call me a whore because when I was living with my boyfriend, I was dating other men. I'm a grown woman. I don't need an approval for them. If I were to say something to them about who they're dating, they would tell me to mind my business. They need to mind their own business. My daughters have to put on their big girl panties. They need to take responsibility, stop living in the past and blaming everybody, especially me, for the way their life is. Stop crying wolf. Just grow up.
Are you a traditional mom?
No.
I haven't heard a lot of moms just say, my girls are bitches. And I just heard you on the tape say, my daughters are a couple of spoiled bitches.
Yes.
Well, who raised them?
I did.
But the thing was, because of the circumstances, I couldn't be there. I had to work all the time. And I didn't have any help as far as with their dad wasn't around them much at all. And this is the product of that. And I don't know if it was also mentioned that I had a son that passed away in February of an overdose.
I did understand that your son passed in February of this year, correct?
Yes, correct.
I'm very sorry for your loss, by the way. I'm very sorry for y'all's loss, by the way. That's terrible. I cannot imagine burying a child.
Right. Shouldn't have to be.
No, it shouldn't have to be. So, one child you've buried from a drug overdose.
Right.
Two, you refer to as spoiled bitches. Your mother, you don't get along with.
Nope.
So who do you get along with?
I have a lot of friends on the outside. I choose right now not to deal with my family because I can't deal with the verbal abuse. Every time I see them, that's all they do is criticize me about the choices that I made. Because I'm not tolerating, they're 18 and 19 years old, and I'm not going to take the verbal abuse from them or my mother. This one gets almost abducted and also almost dies of a heroin overdose. This one, she should talk. She has a child at the age of 16. You know, I blame myself because I wasn't there as a parent to give them parenting skills, but I provided for them. To make sure.
You knew we were doing drugs. You knew.
What was I supposed to do? Quit my job,
Brittany? Where
was I supposed to live in a car?
Mom, all this working that you did the 7 days a week, but no money to show for it.
Do you gamble?
I laugh, maybe twice a year.
They have a theory that this money may be disappearing because you have a problem with gambling.
I heard that.
They think, and your mother thinks, that you are a sex addict.
Yes, I've heard that too.
Are you?
No.
Why would you think your mother's a sex addict?
Things that we found in her phone.
What did you find in her phone?
Conversations, you
New
know,
pictures of her, new pictures of multiple men, not just one.
Is that true?
No, it's not.
There aren't pictures in your phone of you involved in a threesome in the back seat of a car.
That's what I heard. That's kind of like far-fetched, really.
It may be, but were the pictures there or not?
No, they were not there.
She would get off of work at 11 o'clock and come home at 6 a.m.
When I went out to 4 o'clock in the morning, it was a Friday night, okay, and I had been off from the other job.
You're not 18
Okay,
years old, Mom.
But Caitlin, does it matter?
Okay,
this is my life.
What
I'm
about
18
when
and 19
Caitlin was
years
sick
old.
in the hospital with a kidney infection and you were out
I
till
was
6
there.
a.m.
You came
Go
in
to the
for
hospital
10
to
minutes.
visit here, and you're
in for 10
sleeping the whole time you visited her.
Did you say you wish they would drop dead?
Yes, but then they turn around and say to me that they want to kill me. One wants to stab me.
That's a bit crazy.
You said that you wish that all your kids would die, and now that Jonathan's dead, you sit here and cry about it. Mom, all your kids were heroin addicts, and there was no consequences, no punishment.
Would you have listened? Because I've tried punishing you, Brittany.
Oh, Mom.
Well, okay, work. You're a parent or you're not. Brittany and Caitlin say they've once again been ditched by their mom for a man, and now they're living with their grandma, who has a lot to say about Cheryl. So we're going to add her to the conversation when we come back. There's lots of sides to this. It's not all one way, I promise you. We'll be right back.
Cheryl is enjoying herself, having fun, while we're sitting there doing all the work, and Cheryl is doing nothing. What do, Cheryl? You surely don't clean a house, you surely don't pay bills, and you don't cook. Cheryl is a horrible mother.
And later, did you pay your cable bill at your son's funeral?
She did.
No.
And I turned around and said to her, that's not the place to do that.
I did not do that.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil, a former beauty queen.
Police say she went on a royal rampage.
Her ex-cop husband.
Doing a traffic stop, you were dragged a quarter of a mile. You broke your neck.
Living with her mother.
By year end, if he doesn't have a job, you're kicking him out.
I didn't say that.
Actually, you did.
Sitting around all day long, to me, that's lazy.
You said it's not like he's been through the Holocaust. Just because he broke his neck is no excuse.
That's tomorrow.
My daughters are grown women, but they still want me to take care of them. I can't afford them. Brittany actually sued me for child support because she said I was responsible for her until the age of 22. Now I pay Brittany $80 a week. I'm living with my boyfriend, and he helps me financially. My daughters are young still. They can work together and get an apartment and be by themselves, help each other out, and not rely on me.
Well, Brittany and Caitlin say Cheryl dropped them off with their grandmother Sharon 8 months ago and said, "See you later." Sharon says she is furious with Cheryl and doesn't mince words when it comes to her opinion of her own daughter.
My daughter Cheryl is a horrible mother and a horrible daughter. When Cheryl brought the girls to my house, she told me that this was going to be temporary. She said she would come every night and it wouldn't be hard on me until she found another place. It was a lie. Now that the girls are living with me, I'm taking over like a mother, taking them to the dentist, the doctor, got them glasses. Cheryl told me that she didn't have money to go get their eyes checked, but Cheryl walked in my house with a brand new pair of glasses. Cheryl takes care of herself very well, and the heck with anybody else. If Cheryl gets $575 for child support, she'll give me $500 and she'll take the $75 for herself, and she justifies it because she's saying that there's something wrong with her. I don't see anything wrong with her except for being mental. Cheryl is enjoying herself, having fun, going out, having sex with this new man while we're sitting there doing all the work, and Cheryl is doing nothing. What do, Cheryl? You surely don't clean a house, you surely don't pay bills, and you don't cook. What do you do? I hope you're enjoying your life.
She dropped the kids off and said, "I'm going to come see them on a regular basis," right?
Yes, she was going to come every night, take them out for dinner, so it would be easy on me.
This is Superwoman. I'm waiting for them for auditions so I can put her name up there.
Superwoman. She raised all three of your kids. She took care of all three of your kids.
My mother is an enabler.
Why is it her responsibility to raise your children? Well, why did you drop them off at her house?
They're 18 and 19 years old. They should be on their own now. They left me when my son died. Mom,
they should be. They should be.
I did not. Do you remember?
What do you mean? They should be on your own. You said yourself you didn't teach them how to do anything.
You're right.
So how do you, if you don't prepare them, how do they go out into the world to be on their own? I'm just curious.
You're right about that. I don't know. I don't know. I have no answer for that.
Well, that's kind of a big question to not have an answer for.
You're right about that.
They're living with you.
Yes.
Does she come see them?
No.
You say she's a sex addict as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely, without a doubt.
Just for sure.
Oh, for sure. Because she told me.
She told you what?
She likes married men because she could move on. You know, she doesn't want to be in a steady relationship with somebody like normal
her
people.
Sex drive was similar to a man's.
Then I said to her, well, why don't you go to a doctor? But she obviously didn't want to go and get help.
Well, you said she had sex with a married fireman, some guy in the garage.
In the basement, and his wife is sleeping upstairs in the bedroom.
All while she had a boyfriend.
Yeah, all the while she was living with a man for 13 years and taking his money and fooling around with everybody else.
Is that true?
No, it's not.
Because before you
Because
said
the
I was never
13
home
years.
because I was at work. I don't know when you had time to work. If you were,
I know, that's what I say.
if you were. Well, she said she counted up 8 married men in 2 years while you were living with another guy, but you said it was all because you were working all the time.
Yes, I did work.
So when did you have time?
That did not happen like that.
Oh,
at
you
all.
didn't.
No.
You did not have affairs with these firemen and the guy in the garage.
Yes, she did.
So that didn't happen?
No, it did not.
It did so happen. A woman got mad at her and threw a cup of coffee in her face and said she was no good. And she got mad, and all the other men there that worked with her tried to hold her back. She has a problem.
But she told you this.
Yeah, she told me
laughing
that.
about it.
It's
She
true.
told us all this.
She told you all that.
Yeah, it's true.
Is that true?
Did I? Wait a minute. I did tell them about the story about the lady that I worked with, and then how they had to pull me off of her, but that wasn't the reason why.
The lady was telling
Well,
you the
it
truth.
wasn't because of sex
No,
at
it
work.
wasn't. It wasn't. No, it was not.
Because she
over
said
like-
you were no good.
Accusing me of something.
Of sex?
No.
What she
No.
accused
They
you
weren't
of?
even accusing you of sex.
No.
What were they accusing you of?
Just my friendliness.
You're too friendly.
Is that what they call it now?
Yeah, that's.
This is either Elvira or the Partridge Mom, one of the two. It's there. I mean, I have never had two more disparate stories. We're going to take a break. When the girl's brother recently passed, they thought for sure their mom would change. We're going to find out why they say she got worse and went completely the other direction after the break.
My brother died 8 months ago of a drug overdose.
My mom never cared for my brother when he was alive.
Cheryl turned Jonathan's death into a pity party for herself. Cheryl's behavior was disgusting.
And later, she's upset, running around the house with a knife and pills. And you're saying, no, that was her running around the house with a knife and pills.
Yeah.
Are you delusional?
All three of my kids have drug issues. They have said to me before that I was never there and that they're in pain. I don't agree, because if they needed me, I was there. But I had to pick and choose what I had to be there for, because I had to work. A lot of times I was there and they definitely pushed me away. It's a no-win situation, and now they're blaming me. They need to take responsibility for themselves.
Cheryl lost her son, Jonathan, to a tragic overdose in February of this year and was forced to make a decision no mother should ever have to make. All four women thought this could be a turning point in their fractured family, but instead they say it made the situation even worse.
Jonathan, my grandson, came to live with me when he was 16. Jonathan got himself arrested in 2014 for selling drugs, and he went to jail. It was just me and my husband that went to visit him, and he kept on saying to me, where is my mother? Why won't she come?
My brother died 8 months ago of a drug overdose.
My mom never cared for my brother when he was alive, never cared to help him with his drug addiction.
I blame my daughter Cheryl for Jonathan's death.
After my brother passed away, my mom felt like she was the only one that was grieving and the one that had the right to be most upset.
My mom became a huge drama queen.
Cheryl turned Jonathan's death into a pity party for herself. Poor Cheryl.
My mom was being super dramatic, acting like they had this super close relationship.
Cheryl's behavior was disgusting. At the funeral, she had all her boyfriends there. That was not the time or the place. Nobody's interested in Cheryl's love life. We don't care. Cheryl always chooses all these men over her children. It's not acceptable.
Did you say after your son's passing, it's my time to be happy, I'm going to do what I want?
No, I did not say that like that.
You said to me you wanted to enjoy your life.
I said
and
yes.
You said to me that your therapist said that they're 18 years old and they can be on their own. They're still kids. Where are they going to go? Live on a corner? Mm-hmm. So you wanted to get rid of them.
I did not
So you
want to
brought
get...
them to my house.
No.
But you didn't say it's my time to be happy?
No,
I'm
I
gonna
said
do
about
what I want to
enjoying.
do?
No, not my time to be happy. No, because I'm still mourning. It's only 8 months. My son is gone.
Mom, your son is gone, but what about your daughters now?
But they push me away. Let me tell you something. Every time I go to my mother's house to visit them, they're verbally attacking me about the decisions that I made as far as...
Mom.
Yeah, but I don't deserve the abuse.
Mom,
she turns around and says to me that I'm no good. I can't even think because I'm so upset. But she's always criticizing me about everything that I've done, putting me down. And I turn around and I said, oh, that's why I don't come around, because you're verbally abusing me. I don't have to take that at all. I shouldn't have to take it. Let me explain something. I am sick. Not that I'm looking for pity or anything. I'm a diabetic. I had several miscarriages, and she turned around and said to me, that's why God took your children away, because you don't deserve to have children, because you're not a good mother. That's what she says to me.
You're not.
How dare you?
You tried so hard to have us, and you had us, and you treat us
like crap.
Yes.
And after Jonathan passed, you would think that you would cherish the children.
Who
you had
raised
left.
Jonathan? Not you.
You do?
Why do you think you hop from man to man to man to man to man?
I don't. They make it sound like that I do. I
You
don't.
do.
Well,
I don't.
Why do
I
you?
don't.
You say you hop from married man to married man to married man because it's less complicated. Correct? You did say that.
Yes.
Does that seem well adjusted to you?
No, it does not seem. And I
Why do
don't
you
want
think you do
to
that?
turn around and say I blame it on the way that I was raised because it's not fair. I'm a 46-year-old woman and I should, take my responsibility.
Do you think you hide from your feelings?
Oh, yes.
Did you pay your cable bill at your son's funeral?
Cable bill?
Yeah. While you were sitting at the church for your son's funeral, did you?
Oh, it was just
Yeah, it wasn't at the funeral. It was just
It was
in the
the day
church,
at
in the
church.
pew.
Yeah, the day at church.
During a service.
Were you
Yes, you did. You
My
were in the-
cable bill?
Yes, a pew, and you were calling cable something about your.
Sitting in
No,
the pew
I'm
paying
sorry.
your cable bill.
No,
Did she?
She did.
I didn't. No,
And I turned around and said to her, "That's not the place to do that."
I did not do that. It was at the church before going in for like Sunday Mass.
Sunday Mass.
That's when that occurred. Is that really a big deal? I mean,
it is.
This is not after my son was in church with the funeral.
You don't do
This is
things like
afterwards at a Mass, before the Mass started.
What is wrong with
My
you?
question is, are you running from your feelings? Are you trying to do anything you can to not deal with your real feelings?
It could be. It could be. I'm in pain. I've been in pain.
I know
They don't
you are.
hurt. They don't help the situation any.
We're going to take a break. And next, what Brittany says her mom did just the other day that proves she could never be trusted. We'll be right back.
When my sister went to sue my mom for child support, my mom gave my sister a fake address.
She gave my grandma this address, and we ended up Google mapping it, and it didn't exist. Till this day, I don't even know my mother's address.
Even if she told us her address, I wouldn't know whether or not to believe her.
Well, I bet right now you're thinking your family's not as off the rails as you thought it was. Brittany and Caitlin say their mother, Cheryl, has always chosen men over them, and it frustrates them that she won't admit neglecting them when they were growing up. Now, Cheryl's own mother, Sharon, says her daughter has never been reliable, and you're saying, hey, the past is the past. We're just where we are now. But, the past, as parents, we write on the slate of who our children are. Yes. We asked them about their upbringing, and according to the two of them, they said there was little food in the house, that you lied about receiving child support, you left them unsupervised, they were evicted from home after home after home, that the houses they were in were unsanitary, that they found nude pictures of you with men on the phone as young as 7th and 8th grade, that you would talk to Brittany and her friends about boys and sex, and it was this creepy, that Caitlin says she would watch you and Brittany slapping each other, that you were unfaithful in every relationship you were in and that they knew it, that you just paraded it around, that you missed holidays and special occasions, that you told them that they wished the kids died and just overdosed. You promised to get an apartment together with them, but then you just had to dump them somewhere else because the new boyfriend said there just wasn't room. Didn't attend to their needs. According to you, you admit that you blame men, the man you were with, for not supervising the girls. You do say you've called them bitches and wish they would drop dead, that you punched Caitlin in the face, that you made it obvious that you were cheating, and then you criticized them for not going out in the world and flourishing. Mm-hmm. Aren't our jobs as parents to prepare our children for the world?
You're right, and I didn't do that. You're right, and I didn't do that. a lot of the stuff I hear that you're reading is not true. It's, you know, and that's their word, and then I have my side of the story.
Which is, I worked all the time.
Yeah, I did work all the time.
You worked from 8 to 4, Monday through Friday, and come home, throw money for them to eat, and then go out all night to, 6 o'clock in the morning with all different guys.
Oh,
and
I
you
did
know
not.
It's true.
I started going out last year in September, only on Friday nights.
Mom.
So up until last September, you would work until 8 to 4, and then you would come home and bake cookies and stuff?
Oh, yeah, ask him about baking cookies.
Yeah,
I
for
bake
yourself.
cookies.
She's right
And
about that.
yeah.
But you would bake, and then you wouldn't. You'd give us like 2, and then you would take the rest to your room, and you would hide them. Mom, and you know that's true.
That I know is true.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
you're right. I baked the cookies. I baked the cookies, gave them 2, and I brought the rest to my room. You're right.
Why?
She would
Because, you know why? Ask them. Because they always had their friends over.
Well, what happened that you say you can't trust her?
Well, can
Just
I
the
give
other
like
day.
a prime example?
Well,
Okay.
you can give me the short version, honest
Okay,
to
so
God.
Friday was my son's 2nd birthday, and she asked me if she could take him to Chuck E. Cheese on Thursday night. And I said, you know what, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. I was like, okay. So she took him to Chuck E. Cheese. She picked him up at what, like 4:30? I'm calling her,
It's not
texting her.
It's probably like 5 o'clock.
Okay,
5
that's
o'clock.
fine.
Get off at
6
4.
o'clock, 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8:30. I'm calling you. I'm texting you. You're not answering me. You told me you took him to Chuck E. Cheese. That's why you weren't answering your phone. That was your excuse. Then you come in and you sent him in with balloons from a different restaurant that wasn't from Chuck E. Cheese.
Because I took him to Friendly's first and then took him to Chuck E. Cheese.
Okay.
Come on, Brittany. That's my grandson.
Well, why wouldn't you answer the phone? I was this close to calling 911. I was in tears. Everyone was so scared. I haven't talked to you in how long? I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. At least text me, hey, like, you know, I'm getting caught up in traffic, whatever it was. You just not answering the phone?
I'm sorry, I got in this late.
Yeah.
Are you saying she was a couple hours late?
No, I'm
I
saying
had
she
him for
didn't answer
3
the
hours.
phone.
What?
3
Mom,
hours
way
I
more
had
than
him
3
for.
hours.
What time did I bring him home, Brittany? 8:30?
No, way after 8:30, because I was on the phone with his.
I wish I could get my
production crew.
phone. I wish I could
Tell
get
me
my
that she
phone to
wasn't
show
there.
you what time the taxes came over from her. That's another thing. You get $100 and something ticket from if you're texting when you're driving. You know that, right? I have a CDL license. There's no way that I'm picking up the phone when she's calling me. But I was also
For
in Chuck E.
hours?
Cheese. Come on, Brittany.
No,
Friendly's
come on,
and then
Mom.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Seriously.
I don't need to be here for this. What the girls say they need from Cheryl in order to ever have a relationship when we come back.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil. An ex-cop
We lost everything.
lives with his mother-in-law.
Sitting around all day long, to me, that's lazy.
You said just because he broke his neck is no excuse.
That's tomorrow.
Brittany and Caitlin say their mom Cheryl was neglectful, unfaithful, and MIA. Just months ago, they say she shacked up with a new man and told her daughters to live with Grandma. The girls say they need an apology for everything. Cheryl, on the other hand, says, yeah, right. Y'all need to shut up, stop verbally abusing me. You're 18, 19, you're grown up. Get over it, move on. You basically admit to everything they say you've done.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't consider it to be a transgression.
Mm-hmm.
So your definition of what is a parental transgression is just different than mine or anybody I've ever met. I mean, really, you just say, I did that. Yeah, I did call them bitches. I did have a lot of affairs, and yeah, I did not come home, and I did all of those things. I mean, you're working, right?
Well, I guess I get that theory from basically, I guess, my parents. They did the same thing. They constantly worked. This is the thing. We all can lay down and have children, but I think we all should have classes on being a parent.
You think?
Yeah, I think too.
She's a great mom.
You know what? Actually, I want to say something. Me and my mom actually had a better relationship than my sister and my brother with my mom. We are actually pretty alike in a lot of ways.
Right.
And we got along just better than the other two. What happened with that whole thing about her saying, you know, you guys can go drop dead kind of thing. I was out to eat with her, and I kind of told her about how my sister, you know, was overdosing or whatever. And then she went ballistic and was just totally attacked me. And I was like, listen, I'm trying to talk to you, like, be serious about something that's really bothering me. You know, she didn't care. So we went home. We got into a huge fight. She just turned around and she was like, why don't you all just drop dead? You're all a problem, you know? And she just kind of ran around with a knife trying to hurt herself and then threatening to pop a bottle of pills.
Who's that?
You, crazy?
No, I think it's you.
Okay.
You.
No.
Okay. I wish maybe you had started the scars on your wrists,
Okay.
Caitlin. Come on, give me a break.
Mom.
Oh,
This is what we're talking about.
Talking about drama? Drama.
We're talking about drama.
They're drama. I wish, I don't know. I gotta keep my mouth shut. I gotta keep my mouth shut.
Okay, so you come home from dinner, she's upset, running around the house with a knife and pills. And you're saying, no, that was her running around the house with a knife and pills.
Yeah.
Are you delusional?
I am not delusional. I did not even do that. I do not even do that.
Okay, so, but here's what you're saying. You're saying not only did you not do that, she did it.
Yeah, in the past, she has done that.
No, that's
Probably
not what you said. You said that night, you didn't do it, she did it. But y'all went to dinner, came home, and she got a knife and pills and ran around the house.
Probably.
Probably
with a knife. She probably turned around and goes downstairs and, you know, decides that she's attention getting.
My God, you're like a ride at Disney World.
I know.
Probably she did that.
You're only hearing one side.
No, I'm hearing your side. It just changes every sentence.
I know, because I'm going to be the bad guy. And here I am. Throw darts at me.
Mom, I wrote into the show because I want you in my life.
No, you don't.
But you won't admit to the things that you have done.
Guess what? I am out of your life. I am not.
Mom.
You think I'm going to sit there and take the verbal abuse from you and you every time I walk in the house?
You don't admit anything
my ass.
Mom, you don't think anything that you have done is wrong. I'm not going to have you in my life.
I don't care.
We've tried to talk to you, and every time you get defensive, just like this.
I'm in a lot of pain. That's all I could tell you.
What are you in pain about? You're in pain from losing your son.
I'm in pain, and then I lost these two.
Did you lose them, or did you run them off?
I lost them.
Do you own any of it?
Yes, but they are also to blame. It's not just me. It is two sides of the story.
What can you do to change this dynamic?
I don't know.
Would you like to know?
Sure.
So where does this family go at this point? I mean, is Cheryl to blame for all the dysfunction that's been created up to this point? So I'm going to tell you what I think's going on. I'm going to tell you what I think needs to be done. So if you've got dysfunction in your family, maybe it doesn't have all the dysfunction of this family, you need to listen with both ears, because I'm getting ready to put some verbs in my sentences. We'll be right back.
Do you need Dr. Phil's help? Text Phil to 88500 and share your story for a chance to appear on the show. Standard message and data rates may apply.
We can't do this show without you, our studio audience.
If you are going to be in the Los Angeles area and you would like free tickets, go to drphil.com and click on Be in the Audience.
Or you can call 323-461-PHIL. So you guys have been a bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
No, yeah.
Been involved in drugs, rebellion, bad choices in friends, boyfriends.
Yeah.
Bring home.
Bank robbers.
But you accepted those things. It's crazy.
But I
because
didn't know
think
he
this
was
is
a bank
insane
robber
that she's
until
talking
after
right
the
now.
fact.
She gave her the total option of having her child. She's like, whatever decision you make, it's okay with me. Okay? Second,
What am I
my
supposed to tell
bank
her to
robber
go put it up for
boyfriend, whatever,
adoption? That's
she
her
totally
child.
loved. So she's acting all crazy right now. I really don't know how to approach this right now.
The fact that you just had a sentence that included my bank robber boyfriend,
Okay, you're right.
and you said that as though that was just the common parlance of conversation.
Yeah, right.
tells me how dysfunctional this situation is. Oh, my bank robber boyfriend, but she totally loved him, so therefore... Are you kidding me?
I'm a wise ass, too. So.
Yeah. Okay, look. You know, there's something that every family has to deal with, and it really is something that all of us have in our lives. And that is generational legacy. Okay? Now, that means there is always something passed from one generation to another. And if we go back here and we look, you got pregnant young, correct? You were 19?
19, yes.
Okay. You got pregnant at 19. Okay. Now, was this planned?
Yes, I was married in the church, yes.
Okay. Then, Cheryl, you got pregnant at 19, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I was also married.
Yeah. And
15.
And I'm betting that if we come back and look, Sharon, how was your relationship with your mother?
Bad.
Okay. So, bad mother relationship. Okay. Over here, you're saying bad mother relationship. And over here, you're saying bad mother relationship. And, you know, we can, without the baby, we can add Caitlin on here.
Thanks.
But we got bad relationship, bad relationship. And then I can continue on here with abuses, verbal abuses, fighting. I mean, it just goes on generation, 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 generation. Okay, at some point, you've got to make a decision. Does this continue or is it going to stop? Want to get something off your chest? Sign up for the drphil.com community and weigh in on your favorite episodes and share your personal stories with other community members. Plus, get started on your own blog to share your thoughts on the topics that interest you most. I'll be reading those message boards. Log on to drphil.com today. It's not too late. You can change this right now. You are running from intimacy, you are running from your pain, and you are behaving in a self-destructive fashion. You are doing everything you can to define yourself by somebody else because you don't want to deal with you. And you are developing a personality disorder here. Mm-hmm. It's a pattern of disregard for and a violation of the rights of others. That's the antisocial personality. There are traits that go with that. And when you look at the traits, it's a failure to conform to social norms. That's you, right? You don't conform to social norms, right?
Yes.
Deceitfulness, manipulation, impulsivity, irritability and aggressiveness, reckless disregard for the safety of self and others, irresponsibility, lack of remorse. I mean, you're like almost 100%. Those things will cripple you. It needs attention. Mm-hmm. It needs attention. You have grief work that you need to do. You have a lot that you need to do, and we're willing to help you with those things. You need family counseling here, or this family's going to break down. Mm-hmm. It's breaking down now. You're fractured, deeply fractured. Mm-hmm. And you need help with this after work. And if I get you that help, you'll participate in it, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And I'm going to
after work.
I'm going to handpick someone that is going to hate me. A special thanks to my guest today. If you or someone in your family is dealing with family drama, neglectful parent, rebellious kids, log on to drphil.com and tell me about it. I promise you we will unravel it. We will figure it out. We will come up with a mechanism to reunify that family. That's what I want to do here. This is a legacy that needs to be broken. It's your job to break it. You are not responsible as children, but you're responsible for the choices that you make now. Let's work on this, and then we'll see how it goes. And you guys let me know, okay?
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.